start with Harriet, and Harriet will tell us her story, and love to hear from you. So, go for it.
Thanks. I'm here to talk about my brother, Andrew Matthew, who died 2 weeks ago Sunday, not of melanoma, but of the treatment that he was given for melanoma. I'll tell you who I am. I'm a single mother. I'm pro-life. I raised a child who was born 9 months after I was raped. I think I've walked the walk. I'm from a Republican family, and I think everybody in this room has a whole lot of things in common, whether we want to agree with each other or not. But I think one thing we all have in common is that this healthcare system is not working. My brother had polio when he was 6. When he was 40, he had high blood pressure, and he was not considered a good enough bet for any insurance company to insure him. He was a sports arena manager, so when one place would close, he'd be out of work for a while. It was inconceivable for him to get insurance. He has bought 3 different policies over the internet, all of which were basically fake policies. They didn't cover anything. 15 months ago, he was diagnosed with stage 4 melanoma. He waited around for 15 months. Finally, he got himself lined up with what's considered the premier melanoma oncologist in Cincinnati. So I guess we got really lucky there. However, this guy got into treating him. He had 3 sessions of chemotherapy. The deal was after the 3rd, we're going to look at the scans, decide is this working, is it not. First 2 sessions went great. The 3rd session, he had a bacterial infection, really brought him to his knees. The specimen that he took him to the hospital to figure out what's really wrong with him got lost. He was put on $150 a day shots. The doctor told me to be for the rest of his life. That was the only time the doctor did talk to me. I would go to my brother's meetings with the doctor. We would wait 3 hours every time we had the privilege of seeing this guy. But he didn't have the time to talk to us. He would talk to a microphone and he'd shoot out of the room like a rabbit. Andy went in to have his blood count done to see how many white and red blood cells he got now, and he had a port in his chest, and without ever discussing scans that he had just had, they jacked another chemo dose into him, and 2 weeks later, he was dead. 2 days later, I called hospice and said, I got a guy here, I can't get him out of bed, we got no insurance, I don't know what to do. They brought oxygen. My daughter took him back one more time for a visit with that oncologist, and the guy called him a wimp. He said, you have no right to sign up for hospice. You're in great shape. All I can say is this system isn't working. You know, you got a hotshot doctor who isn't even checking with the results, or they throw out the results in your labs. The idea of end-of-life counseling, that's a really smart thing. You know, when you've got a surgeon at one hospital, you've got a doctor at Christ Hospital, you've got labs that are being sent out who knows where. There's no accountability. You know, after the patient dies of a massive heart attack and his tumor hasn't grown any in a year, okay? You know, there was like no benefit for us. And my brother spent a year selling off all the stock that he owned. $120,000 so far to cover the expenses that he's had through this. You know, I'm not asking for your pity here. I'm saying we can do a lot better. You know, I don't know why we don't have a single payer system, but it freaks out a lot of people, fine. However, you know, we could keep every guy that works for the insurance companies employed, putting a new system into effect. These are brilliant people. These are people that have made billions of dollars, right, for their insurance companies. If we basically move our laws around to say it's illegal to make money on insurance, it's illegal to earn profits off of sick people and their family, then we would be in line with several other countries who outlaw making profits off of insurance.